interns.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
We're on it.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Okay, Susie, we're going to talk some basketball in a little bit. I want you to jump into that, but basketball first. Dennis Silvers, you got an update?
Update.
Monster upset in the making. Zags down 7 with 7 minutes left. And you're right, if they lose, they're not number 1.
They will likely not get a number 1 seed.
Yeah.
I trust Ken Thompson on all that sort of stuff, and that's what he says. He's
That's
coming
what he
up next,
said.
by the way.
Ken's up next.
So, Susie, a lot of basketball here in town
Yes,
right now. You're
there's
excited
a ton.
about that?
I love, basketball, especially with the high school basketball programs that are coming up. Coronado has a really good team. Gorman's always had really good kids that are going there.
Oh, yes, they are recruits.
Yeah, they pretty much are. Are you allowed to say that now with everything that's going on? They're zoned properly.
Yes, of course they were.
Yeah. Let's see.
Okay, but the Mountain West basketball coming
basketball.
here.
I told you.
You have Pac-12 is at T-Mobile.
Yes.
The West Coast is going on right now at the Orleans, and then the WAC is at the MGM Grand. I believe that's it. Well, that's plenty. That's a bunch of basketball.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
There are more basketball games held in Las Vegas than any other city in the country, but we still have not held a men's NCAA tournament game here in town.
Why is that?
I think for years it was anti-Tarkanian.
Oh.
Then it developed into years of anti-gambling. But now, as the other sports, the NFL, the NHL,
They're gonna have to give it to us. Yes.
It's going to happen. What do you think?
Yeah, I think T-Mobile would be a good spot for it. Why not, right?
Yeah.
Let's put it there.
How about a Final Four in the big stadium?
Yeah.
Huh? In the Raiders Stadium.
Yeah.
That's what they
and
want to
maybe
do it
UNLV
for.
will be in the final. I can't even finish.
Maybe UNLV will be. No, you can't.
They could be ushers.
Calm
They'll be
down.
there. They'll be there. Yeah.
Some of your favorite teams across the country, Susie. What do you think this year? Where
I
are you
think
at?
Duke, for sure, yeah. I think it's an easy pick, right?
Yeah.
You don't even have to know anything about basketball. Just say,
Just say
Duke.
Zion Williamson and go Duke.
Yeah,
And he wears
Duke.
Nikes. When they don't explode, watch out.
I like the Sooners. I think they would be good, yeah.
Yeah?
How much money are they going to have to pay out for that?
What do you think with Nike? Yeah, they've already paid a lot.
Already paid?
No, my point is they've already paid in lost shoe sales. I would imagine that's part of it. But I think he's going to be okay. He's going to be okay.
Oh, he's going to be all right.
Yeah. So
God, what a weird thing to happen, though.
Yeah, that was a little nuts. So we are the center of the college basketball universe right here, right now, in little old Las Vegas, right here.
Mm-hmm.
We are having it. It's basketball and it's fun. It's a great time of year. The Rebels play 2:30. What is today? Today is Tuesday. They play tomorrow, Wednesday.
I think so, because
2:30
we were going to
against
golf
San
by
Diego.
Friday because we assumed they'd be out
They'll
of
be
the
out of the tournament.
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably.
So
What time are you teeing off?
I think we said 2.
2 o'clock?
Yeah.
I got time to. Thanks for the invite, Susie.
You can come play it.
Yeah. No.
Yes.
Can't get the ball in the air.
Our
No.
phone number here, 702-257-5396, 257-KDWN is our number. I want to mention a couple of other things. A big thing that happened today in the world of sports here, the Cleveland Browns, worst team in the NFL
Oh, yeah.
historically over the last few years. They picked up Odell Beckham Jr. today from the Giants, traded him to the Browns.
To the Browns.
They have one of the best young quarterbacks around in Baker Mayfield, and we'll see what he's able to do. And they won a few games last year.
They won like 3, right?
Yeah, 3. To them, that's
big.
Few could be 5, 7. They might go 500. I mean, watch out!
Yeah, we better bet that right away.
Break up the Browns with what they do. They've got Javaris Landry, their wide receiver, along with Odell Beckham Jr. and a real good young quarterback in Baker Mayfield. So that makes it interesting. The NFL,
Yeah, it does.
You can't hate the Browns because they're so bad and they've been bad for so long. Like people hate the Patriots. I don't hate the Patriots. But
I don't hate
people
the
have
Patriots.
I don't like the Patriots.
You don't like the Patriots? Okay, and I get that part of sports.
I hate Robert Kraft.
That's okay.
I think that guy's nice. I mean, he enjoys endings.
Rings.
I certainly
Super Bowl
hope
winnings.
it's happy for him, too.
Yeah,
No, okay. So that
Wasn't me. We got you
fascinating
on
stuff
tape,
going on.
dude. I mean, come on.
We've
But
also
that's every man's go-to.
What?
It wasn't me.
What, the spa? The day spa?
Yeah.
deny.
Deny.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Also going on here is here in Las Vegas is a great time with in less than a month We'll have baseball here up in Summerlin.
That's right.
In less than a month. April 9th is the opener
7:10
for
baby.
the Aviators,
Yeah.
playing in the new Las Vegas ballpark. And they are putting in the grass this week on Thursday. We're going to get together, take a camera out there, and get some shots of the grass growing.
Well, did you know UNLV has a baseball team as well?
Yeah.
News to you.
They had a very good one at one point when Fred Dallimore was the coach here years ago.
Yeah.
Now,
Oh, yeah.
Greg Maddox is there, volunteering his time as a pitching coach, and so
Yeah, the tickets are like $4. People should go.
Are
see
they
a
really?
game.
Are they that cheap?
yeah, and the
Next
stadium's
weekend
nice.
they play UNR. They have 3 games where they're playing UNR.
Oh my God!
So take your kids out there. Let them experience that. It'll be fun.
What was Fred drinking all that time?
All that time when they were winning, they were winning big. They went
They
to,
were winning.
No, they were winning.
Great.
And it's all of UNLV sports back in the day were fueled by men's basketball.
Totally.
Was making money and winning, and and it helped them financially. It helped them reputation wise, recruiting wise. You wanted to come and be a rebel. It was sort of fun. But anyway, now I sound like Grandpa Ron when I go through all that sort of stuff. But now I do like going out there to Cashman Field, to the right field. They have a group of people that are out there in the right field, the 382 team or something, with whatever the marker is out there to right field. That's a little deep. Probably 362, something. And they barbecue out there. They have a good time.
I've got Brett Lashbrook coming on the show. We're going to talk a little soccer.
The lights.
The lights?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you been to a lights game?
No, but I did bet on them and won.
Did you?
Good for you.
Well, okay.
I'm a big fan.
How expensive was that deal? I guarantee you, folks, we're going to win this game.
We're going to win this.
You get free tickets, and he's giving free tickets.
Free tickets, yes.
That's a pretty big hit.
See,
they had a good crowd that night. And 8,000 plus.
It's going to be to the next game.
Right.
And next home game.
Yeah.
Which is going to be Knights night.
Oh.
They're going to wear the players are going to wear special jerseys for the Vegas Golden Knights.
He called me the other day and he said he's going to do the podcast. Can I come on the last Friday of the month just before our home game for some reason? I said, sure. That's what you want.
There you go.
Yeah, he's a nice man.
Okay,
that's smart marketing and branding. If UNLV could do that with a basketball team, you'd probably get some fans there.
Let's go to line 48. We got Tony.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hi there, Tony.
How are you?
Say hi to Susie, Tony.
Hi,
Susie,
Tony.
how are you? And
I'm good. How about you, sweetheart?
I think you were right about the course out at Prim. I think that Lakes course is a Pete Dye course. Isn't that wind course something to do with that?
Well, actually, it's Tom Fazio.
That's right.
It's Tom Fazio. He did Shadow Creek. He did the Wind, and he did out in Prim. And Tom's out here every couple of weeks because next time he's out, he's given me a tour out at Wind for the redo. They're going to open at the end of the year. And they're tweaking it a little bit, and it's going to be nice. It's going to be real nice.
That Prim course is my favorite course in town. And
Prim is great.
Yeah.
I love the Lakes course. The first hole on the Lakes course, that little dog leg left, beautiful hole.
It's great. The whole thing is good.
And I played some country. I've worked at Dragon Ridge for 10 years. I had a great Mark Rippon story there. It was hilarious. I was going to share it with you guys. He was playing in the scramble, and I used to work the front desk. And there was a wedding that night. It was one of the big doctors, the big high-end wedding. And one of the guys in the scramble with him, this was about 4 years ago, one of the guys in the scramble with him was in the wedding. So after their scramble, he says to Mark, he goes, hey, I'll get you in this wedding. He comes up to me at the front desk, Tony, hey, Mark's going to go change up. Can you get him in this wedding tonight? It was the wedding crasher story. It was hilarious.
Oh, my gosh.
I said, yeah, just come back about 7 o'clock. He runs back to GVR, gets changed up, comes back. I run him up through the side door. We come out. He goes in, he enters, and here he is. Now, he's a big guy now.
He's a big dude. He's a big dude.
Former Redskins quarterback, NFL quarterback. Yeah.
I'm laughing because he's got on his Super Bowl ring and MVP, whatever the heck ring. And I'm going, you're telling everyone you're a quarterback. They're not going to believe you because you look like a freaking lineman. So after about a half hour, and now it's open bar. It's everything. He's having a blast. One of the waitresses says, hey, there's some guy in here say he's a professional quarterback.
Oh, my God. How funny is that?
So I said, no, it's okay. He's a friend of a friend. Just let it go. Everything was great. He had a blast. When he came out, he gave me a great tip. the end of the night and walked right out.
Good for
Had a
you.
great time. It was hilarious.
I tell you, the guy could golf his ball. You know that he could play. He could play a little
yeah.
golf. Yeah.
Yeah, I've watched him in some of those celebrity things, but yeah, I just always remember that. That was like my great story there.
That is great. How is Dragon Ridge doing? I know they had ups and downs. I did a remote there the day they went back to being a private club, and
yeah, because they were with what was that? McDonald got it back from the company he originally sold it to.
Right, out of Canada.
I left a year ago, but I heard they weren't doing bad.
Okay, good.
They have a good social membership there, I think.
Yeah. That's good.
I got tired of playing there, to believe it or
We
not.
played there.
Did you really?
Last
But
year.
I love the course. It was a beautiful course. I got to play.
It's fun.
I moved on, but yeah, I had a blast there.
How long did you work there? Were you there when Matt Grobe was there? Was it professional?
Yes,
Matt's a great guy.
College team on the East Coast somewhere.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Saw him at the PGA show, and he's doing real well. And he's just he's just a super guy. He's a prince. He's a prince.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Every pro shop should have a Matt Grove in it.
I agree with you. Well said. That is well said. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well
I was there for 10 years. You know, it was just a little part-time gig. I did weddings. I sat at the front desk and greeted people when they came in. I used to say I used to greet rich people and check out hot rides.
You know what? I heard some. I think Susie's going to have her wedding there whenever that day happens. Yeah.
What do you think?
Absolutely.
No, I think more like Westgate. Or my style.
The Westgate? Okay. Or Westgate for your wedding.
With Cammie Christensen? Oh, my goodness.
I'm thinking like
okay. Huh?
If my grandma's listening, I'm going to say a church.
A church. Church.
Of course,
bless your grandma, by the way.
But she's never getting married. That's the bottom
That is
line,
true.
though.
I have been married.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I tricked somebody into it once.
Oh, my
Hey,
God.
Tony, two questions for you. One is, do we let Brian out of the cage? I mean the closet. I mean the cell.
I come into the radio just when you were talking about that, and I wasn't sure what the conversation was about, but I'm going to say yeah.
Oh, we let him out.
You let him out?
Wow.
Tony.
You realize that now you're in
Tony,
jeopardy.
that's
We could lose
disappointing.
our job here.
Second question, Tony, can you name a single Republican that has an acronym, a top-level Republican with an acronym for their name, that they are identified by?
You guys, I had heard that one, and I can't.
No, you can't.
I'd make one up, but you might you get that maniac coming after me.
I would know. I'd know it.
Can you name liberal Democrats that have acronyms with their names?
Oh, yeah, the one that I can't stand the most was the OCD or whatever the hell her name is.
OAC.
OCD.
But I like that better. I like that better.
I think we should make that Nancy's.
AOC is now OCD.
I like that better.
Yeah.
I like I got a name for all of them. Schumer, I call him Count Chocula, man. He belongs on that cereal box.
Okay.
But
There you
anyway,
go,
I
Tony.
love the show, man.
Thanks.
You guys take both sides of it. I think it's awesome.
We're going to pass the audition maybe tonight. I don't know. Okay, you have an update. Thank you, Tony. You have an update on the score.
No, it just UNLV plays Thursday at 2:30.
Thursday at 2:30. Oh, sorry, I said Wednesday. Yeah, Thursday too. That's right. The play-in games are Wednesday.
Right.
Thank you. And then Thursday are the. They're still in the room. They're still locked.
They're still
croaking.
there. They're croaking now.
Yeah.
They're having
ready.
a rough time. But
good Lord.
throw them something. Throw them.
Good Lord.
You have any food in the car? Any grapes in the back seat somewhere?
I have
You
no
throw to that.
grapes.
We
I used
had a
all my
raisin
grapes.
here a
I had
while ago.
raisin. Yeah.
Okay, we gotta feed them something. Susie, insurance stuff.
Yes.
Okay, let's do that for a moment here.
Let's talk about some insurance.
Thank you
This
for
is
coming
exciting,
in.
right? Yes.
And what you offer with your insurance? Do it.
Yes. What do I offer?
What do you offer to some of your insurance stuff? What mistakes do people make with insurance? What should they do? What shouldn't they do?
Well,
Let's go. Okay.
Their mistake is they have Geico insurance.
Oh, that hurts.
Dennis.
Oh, that hurts.
Dennis, that's right. That's right. Okay, down the she
that
hit
was
one down.
sacred.
She hit that down the fairway 250.
Right down
That
there.
was sacred. Oh, my gosh.
No, a lot of people don't have uninsured, underinsured motorists, and that's definitely something you need in Vegas because no one actually carries any insurance. And a lot
And
of
we got the world's
agents-
worst drivers here,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Well, got a lot of people drinking, texting, having a good time.
Why,
You know?
seriously, let me ask you a question. I know a year ago
Only if
or
it's
2 years
serious.
ago, everybody, I don't care what driver you were, everybody's insurance policy premium went up. Why was that?
You know what's strange? What's strange is all of the carriers have decided to do huge rate increases in Nevada. And
Why?
it doesn't make any sense because we have Uber now, so there should be less accidents. There's less of a risk. We don't have a weather element.
Yeah.
I think just Nevadans are just typically comfortable paying for higher cost of insurance because the insurance companies will tell them that it's personal injury attorney's faults, and that's the reason why the premiums are increasing.
Ridiculous. It was,
And
it
it's
was
not
ridiculous.
the case. Yeah, typically with most insurance carriers,
How good are you on giving quotes?
I can quote you like $60.
Yeah, you
It's
know,
not accurate.
Boom.
no, that's
just
not
gave you a
true.
quote.
Ron, right, that's not true. I called Susie a couple of days ago and asked her for a quote, and you know
And?
what I got?
You get.
To be or not to
to
be
be.
is the question. Yeah.
She dug deep
That's
for
right. Dream big.
from Shakespeare.
That's my quote.
Dream big. No, that's a good one.
Oh,
Okay.
my
Big. Yeah, that's a
God.
good quote, right?
Oh, gosh.
Okay, so and you offer all kinds of insurance.
But yeah,
you offer
I mainly
homeowners
like
and
commercial insurance. So if you have fleet insurance, I have really good rates on fleets and commercial. And I'm personable. You can call me. Most times,
Oh.
I'll answer.
Call her partner. Call her partner.
golfers insurance. Is there
Yeah.
such a thing?
There,
Yeah.
you do need to have your golf clubs insured. So I tell everybody to take pictures of them, have receipts, because if something does happen to them, like you get angry and break them. Oh, we losing.
What do we have for a score here in this game?
I don't know,
Okay,
but I
I'm
just
gonna
got.
grab it. Hold on. Ken,
Holy cow! One of the biggest
Ken Thompson's
upsets
looking
of the
in.
year. A minute 50 left. St. Mary's up 9 points.
by 9, 58-47. I got them up by 11.
Oh, goodbye.
I got 'em up
number
by 11
one.
with 30
Oh,
35
good,
seconds.
Good God!
You got those.
35 seconds left. St. Mary's is going to beat
What an upset!
number 1 Gonzaga.
What an upset!
Wow.
Oh my goodness!
Thus, I believe they also cover the spread.
I think that's the best way to start March with some madness,
Oh, with a-
right? Like
with-
that's
I
a legit
agree.
way to go into this,
I
right?
agree.
Everybody's got like a good vibe, and you can.
Yes.
Every underdog is now.
What
just,
was the spread,
have a
Ron?
chance.
Oh,
on
I
that?
don't know what
Oh.
it was. Gonzaga, I'm going to guess, would have been 12-point favorites.
Okay.
Maybe more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe more. And
Every
Ken
underdog right
Thompson
now
will know.
is.
I
like,
thought it was
sitting pretty.
15, but I could be wrong.
That's my guess.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
Confidence.
estimating what it was. So,
So-
but now, so they're going to win the West Coast Athletic Conference, and
Unreal.
Gonzaga's out of Spokane. I love the program. I love Gonzaga and what they've done there, and
Oh, for
everything
sure.
they've been. What the John Stockton came from there. Let's go down the list. There's a lot of reasons to like Gonzaga and what they've done out of Spokane, and they used to be called a small college, and they're not. I mean, they are small,
Yeah,
but you know, so is St. John's.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
there's small colleges,
Right.
that can do big things. But now they become a national power, and so when you're a national power, every once in a while you get
Well,
jabbed by a
kicked
St.
around.
Mary's.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
got your small college right here, St. Mary's.
That's right.
Yep.
Just like on Sunday in the NFL, any team could beat another team any given
Yes.
Sunday.
The players to watch for the future coming up in college basketball. Some of the ones here locally. You've seen. You're on the
Noah
pulse.
Tates is at Bishop Gorman. He's really good.
He's the guy.
Hardy at Coronado. He's Amari Hardy's little brother, I think. His little
Okay.
brother, yeah.
You're
He's really
talking
good.
about the Hardy brothers? You're talking about the books or what the hell?
No, that's a boys, the Hardy Boys.
Oh,
I know.
that's the
We know
Hardy
you
Boys.
read. We established that early into the
We got
evening.
Yes, we did get that. And so, this is this a good place for basketball talent, Las Vegas?
Oh,
What do you think?
absolutely. Vegas. And, if I think our school should be recruiting here more.
UNLV should get
Yeah.
more local players instead
Yeah,
of
I think you don't have to go far to get
go
to
across the world.
Yeah, good talent. PJ Fuller is really good. Yeah, you see a lot. If you watch a lot of the high school games, you're seeing a lot of talent. Coronado Bishop Gorman was on ESPN probably about 4 months ago, I think. They had
Right.
a live game on there. So you're seeing a lot of talent that comes out of Vegas now. People are moving here and really trying to develop their kids here. So Vegas is a spot to be. We love basketball.
But nobody's paying big bucks to bribe anybody at UNLV, apparently. So,
Not anymore.
Not
what the
anymore.
hell?
Okay, Dennis, your
The
favorite.
foundation has.
Yeah, come on. Can't we do a recent, a decent bribe?
Money laundering is not as easy as it used to be.
No, but it's happening to other colleges all over the place right now to be able
That's
to
true.
bribe kids to be able to go to school at bribe the schools to let rich kids go to schools that they otherwise could
Can't
not
get
have
in.
qualified for.
Right.
Is as Alan Dershowitz says here, Dershowitz from the OJ trial, and later he's been on Fox News quite a bit. Anyway, he says this is just the tip of the iceberg, that we're going to see a lot more of that this sort of stuff has been going on for a long
while.
time.
Really?
Yes.
It's all East Coast problems.
East Coast stuff.
West Coast doesn't have these kind of problems.
No, we don't have these kind of problems. We have JUCOs.
Yeah, I think
Just go there, Ron. Go to the
get
JUCO.
there.
I think
Come
it's more of a,
Get out of the house.
It's more of a Wyoming problem,
Wyoming has that.
I'm an expert at cow punching, so take a photo of
It's
me
tipping.
and send it in.
It's tipping, to be correct.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm thinking Laramie's looking pretty good this time of year,
Yeah.
wouldn't you say? A little cold, a bit chilly up there in Laramie right now, but but not a bad little place.
Oh my God, yeah, I'm freezing my cattle prod off. Oh my goodness.
So we've got that with a great way, as you said, Susie. Yes, a great way to start March Madness is with something maddening like
Fabulous.
Gonzaga
Fabulous.
getting knocked off
Fabulous.
right off the bat, and this thing is okay. Quick story: 16-year-old.
Nothing about you is quick.
Nothing about. No, you're right. How much time do we have here? Oh, I get okay. Interesting. 60-47, the final score. By the way, in that, so they beat it by 13.
Holy,
okay.
yeah.
Every time that we in this country have changed the voting laws has been relative to a war that we fought. So what war, and I'll explain that, what war has a 16-year-old fought that we should change the voting because of a war? A Twitter war? A Facebook war? Here's my point. The American Revolution, 250 years ago, fight the revolution, and during the revolution, the only people that could vote were wealthy landowners, as JD, I think, pointed out earlier in this show. Wealthy landowners. They then said, well, since we had a bunch of preachers and farm workers and other men who fought in the Revolutionary War, we should extend the vote to them. So the vote was allowed not just wealthy landowners, but to everybody. All men, white men, were then allowed to vote. Up until Abraham Lincoln, the first Republican president of the United States of America, fought the Civil War because the freed slaves at that time, well, they weren't freed during the war, but they had fought so valiantly with the North to be able to get their freedom. Voting rights were extended to Africans that had come over here as slaves that now were Americans, and they were then allowed to vote. World War I, let's fast forward to the role that women played in helping with the war effort, in building ships and boats and that sort of stuff and making things happen. We changed the voting law to allow women then to vote up 100 years ago here in this country after World War I with the suffrage movement. And then, of course, we all know, and Dennis, you and I are old enough to remember, with the Vietnam War, it was 21 was the voting age until the early 70s when they said, wait a second, if you could go to war and die, we're going to change the voting laws to allow 18-year-olds to vote.
Right.
Every time we have made a major change to our voting laws in this country has been relative to a war that we have fought. Back to my original question. What war have 16-year-olds fought that we should change the vote? Huh? No? You're
The
shaking
line
your head.
rides at Uber.
That's a war. That could be a battle. That's a battle.
Uber surcharging.
Uber charges, Facebook wars. It gets pretty dicey.
They're not on Facebook anymore.
Oh, they're not?
No,
They're not.
16-year-olds don't have Facebooks. Yeah.
We had one final scream there from Brian in the, yes, he's back there locked out. Well, we're going to let him out. We'll let him out. He'll be here tomorrow. So don't worry about that, everybody. JD will be here. Brian will be here. Yes, Dennis? We got 30 seconds?
No, I'm good. Good show.
Susie Draney, a number
Thank you
real
so
quick.
much for
Again,
having
your
me.
number for insurance.
702-984-7297.
Perfect. Okay, Dennis Silvers, thank you. The Golf Guru. Find
Pleasure.
you all over the place. I'm Ron Futrell. Look for me on Twitter at Ron Futrell. And right now, I just posted a picture of Susie from the show, so you get to see Susie and smile. Okay. There you go. Thanks for listening, everybody. Bye for now.
So long.